How's it going, buddy? It's me, Tewty. So we're not doing like a normal video today. I'm not gonna go like a Tootie tune or whatever. It's just like a Tootie topic. I had a day off, was kind of bored. I was like, what content can I make today? I'm curious. Whatchamacallit. So if you're bored, I hope this is like a good listen or just like whatever you need it to be. I hope that's what it is for you. Today we're going over characters that I think either need a rework, or I just really want them to get a rework. And whatchamacallit. So I'm currently recording this on June 15th, 2021. We have about 6 months left of reworks, which means there's about 12 characters left for the year to get reworks. And we're not entirely sure who they are, obviously. It's a little ways out yet. But these are the ones that I really want. Actually, so I'm gonna have 5 here in this slot. I already have it kind of made up where each like number is a set of characters, and these first 5, there's only 4 right now, but I'll take one out and put another one in a second. These are the ones that I want the most, essentially. Definitely Freddy Shazam. I think that Freddy is a super cool character in the comics and in the game and in the movie and like all above. He's just a cool character. I love the Shazams. I love the Ra's al Ghuls. Those are like my 2 families that I just enjoy. And Freddy's like one of my favorites. I'm not a big fan of like the affinity ups and downs that he gives. So I'm hoping they revamp that into a different set of passives and a different set of buffs. I would love to see some like whimsicalness. I would love to just see some high damage, a little survivability maybe, all that good stuff. Black Lightning, I actually really like Black Lightning almost as is. I do think he needs a little bit of a tweak. I don't know what that tweak should be, but I really would. My main reason for putting him here is because I just want a 6-day event for him, and one of the easiest ways to do that is a rework. And it's still a 50-50 shot, so whoever he gets reworked with might get that event instead, but I'm banking on it being Black Lightning because we haven't really had an event for him in a long time. He's just a really good healer. He's just fun and enjoyable, and he works really well with some characters that have come out, like Enchantress. Starfire is another good one. So I really like Black Lightning, and I hope he gets a rework soon. Ravager is kind of like a tribute to Mr. Rose Wilson, who is a player in a lot of Discord channels. I also think that Rose is kind of fun and interesting. I don't think that her passives are at an acceptable percentage level. I think that there's a lot of stuff that we could do to her kit instead of what she has. I do like that it revolves around silence. It kind of makes the whole Wilson family just revolve around silence, and I think that's super cool. But she could use a leg up, and she's been in the game for over a year now, I believe. I believe it was November of 2019 that she joined. I could be wrong there, but I believe it was that month. But yeah, she's super cool, and I enjoy her presence in game. And then Stargirl. Stargirl, I want to be the Azrael counter. I want her to be so good at countering like strength up characters that, not necessarily that it ends them. I don't want it to end them. But if they built her to just be a straight up counter to Azrael, I think that would be super cool. She's already kind of got the baseline for it, she's anti-strength up, she's anti-crit, she's just kind of a damage mitigator, plus with a little few heavy hits every now and again. But she could do so much more if we gave her just a little bit of a tweak. I'm going to take Ravager out, and I'm going to put Talia in. I do, obviously I'm a little biased. I just told you that the Al Ghuls are my favorite characters in the game with the Shazams. And whatchamacallit, Talia she came out, she was a B tier for sure. She does good damage, she has good survivability. I do think that her kit is clunky, though. I do think that her evasions do almost nothing for her. I think she needs something other than evasions. I actually revised her kit and submitted it to the devs. I hope that they look at it, take it to heart, and kind of maybe use it in their future determination of it. I think she would be more suited to be an invisibility toon instead of an evasion toon, and I also think that she would be anti-true sight would be super cool as well, just because, you know, Talia works in the shadows, obviously. She doesn't like to be seen doing what she's doing. She makes quick work of the people who do see her. And I just think that would be super cool. I do like the bleeds concept still, and I like her death immunity. I want to keep those intact, but I think she would do much better with invisibility and anti-true sight. Alright, so these are characters also that I just want to get reworked. Mary is good. She has a good kit. She's just power crept, really. Maybe a little tweak and increase of percentages. RNG chances would be good for her. And then Batman Beyond, another character that is good. Like, I think 3 out of 4 characters on this page are good. They just need some tweaks or a power boost, essentially. Like, Batman Beyond is phenomenal. I still see him in PvP from every now and again, because his hit chance downs and his evasions and his invisibility, he's good. He's just power crept. He can't really one-shot a whole lot of people anymore. He can't really do significant damage. A lot of the reds in the game are so survivable. Like, red characters are meant to be like squishy, high damage characters. And then you have people like Azrael, like Hush, like Barda, and you just can't kill them, essentially. Like, they're just unkillable. So giving him the much needed power increase that he desperately needs, I think, would be super useful. And then we have Black Manta, who is the kind of the King of Bleeds. He was the original King of Bleeds. I'm not so sure he's there anymore, just because 1, no one uses him that much, and 2, he is so squishy. He does not survive very well. He does kind of gain HP back as people bleed, but there's so many characters in this game that have a retaliation. There's so many greens, especially in this game, that have a retaliation, like Arcus, like Power Girl. Those are 2 very common greens that basically counter him straight up, because they either have debuff immunity, death immunity, they retaliate and destroy him. Like, he's great, but there's characters out there that are just too strong for him to overcome. So giving him a bit of defense, like a couple awareness stacks, maybe a death immunity, some heals or whatever, like, give him some sort of sustainability in order to survive and also bleed out the enemy team. Supergirl, I love her to death, but I also hate her to death because she does do a good job of, like, damage mitigation. She reduces the amount of critical hits quite well. I just think that whatchamacallit, she isn't very strong damage-wise. Her crowd control doesn't really exist a whole lot. She AoEs the whole place, and I thought that would be well suited to an RB5 character, but she's just not hitting right, and I don't use her very often, even though I have 50 rebirth crystals in her. So sad. I don't know what they could do to her. Like, if they wanted to make her a striker, that might be overpowered. I don't know. If they wanted to turn her into a special damage dealing character, maybe that would be kind of fun. I don't know. That one I'm lost on, but I know she needs something. Alright, now these characters are characters that, 1, the community has asked for forever, like Batman Cape Crusader, or just need one. They've been in the game for so long, and they haven't gotten touched up at all. Now, Batman Cape Crusader is like the most requested rework character, I think, of all time. Like, I see posts about it on Reddit all the time. I see people in the Owls talk about it. I see people on Discord talk about it. Like, he is so heavily requested. I'm so surprised that the devs have not done it yet. And also, I think everyone who is requesting it is hyping themselves up way too much. I think you're giving yourselves a little bit too much credit. I don't want you to get like excited because I don't know if the rework is going to be good. You know, there are hits and misses in this game. Like, look at Blue Beetle. Look at Kid Flash. I mean, I love Kid Flash, and Kid Flash is good. He's just overpowered by other speedsters. Look at Livewire. Look at Katana. Like, I do also enjoy Katana, but she's just, like, super niche, is all. There are so many hits and misses in the reworks that I think you guys are hyping yourself up too much, and I don't want you, like, look at Superman. Oh my god, perfect example. Superman. If you guys think that they're going to be an amazing rework for Batman Caped Crusader, you know, you might be right. They might do a phenomenal rework. Maybe that's why it's taking so long. They want to get it right. They want to make sure that the kit is perfect. But what if it isn't? That's all I got to say about that. All right, Nightwing. Nightwing is like one of the most beloved DC characters of all time. And as far as my own experience goes, like, everyone who talks to me about Nightwing, like, fucking loves the character. Loves the fucking character. Two things on Nightwing. One, give him his ass. Give him his ass. That's all I ask. Like, I can't show it to you here because I can't rotisserate him right now, but give him his fucking ass back, man. Like, somebody deflated his butt cheeks, essentially. And I'm not a fan, okay? I'm not a fan. But also, on another note, he is kind of like, in the theme he's kind of going for is evasion, invisibility, and he doesn't go invisible, but he hands invisibility out like candy while he's evading and defending. So, like, an interesting kit design. I just don't think it works, and I don't think he does enough damage, and I don't think that, I don't think his current kit suits him. I like the idea that he's an acrobat, so evasion works. I understand that evasion works. I don't like evasion anymore, you know? I think there's so many counters for evasion at this point in time that it's a little overdone, in my opinion. And it just kind of needs to sit on the sidelines for a while, you know? We had Harley Quinn, we had Eclipso, we had Cassandra Cain, we had Dove for a short period of time. Now with Starfire and Terra, I don't think evasion really has a place at the moment. So I don't want him to... I understand it fits his character, I just don't want him to have it, essentially. Make him the king of invisibility. I don't care. That would be perfect, too. He's a Bat character. Bat characters do really well with invisibility. So, give him damage, give him invisibility, that's all I ask. Moving on to Cyborg. Cyborg is... He's got so much potential. He is one of the coolest characters, I think, just because of the fact that, like, he can do anything. He can boom tube. He has lasers. He's got rockets. He's flight. Like, anything you can think a robot can do, he can do it. And that opens up a lot of avenues for kit design in game. Like, we were floating ideas in Owls a while back. We were floating ideas of giving turn 0 true sight to your entire team, giving turn 0 can't miss to your entire team for the first attack, giving him just like extra damage, extra like lock on, extra there's so many good things that he can do that I think he's good right now, but he's power crept, he's squishy, he's outdated, and robots update themselves, so I want him to get an update. And then Wonder Woman, Defender of Justice, DOJ, she was amazing upon debut. Like, she was in every single team. Before Deathstroke was a thing, she was a thing. And, she has fallen so far to the wayside. She's actually still annoying. Like, she's a bonus character in this current siege, and I actually, like... There's some rebirthed DOJs out there that are so strong that I have an issue getting past them. But at the same time, I don't know, she's she's super cool, and she's Gal Gadot's like model, and I think that the devs just made her really cool looking and pretty and badass, and I just think that she deserves some love. So that's all I gotta say about her. Now we're getting into some characters that either are just kind of trash, even in my opinion, and need some love, or they're kind of a combination of the last slide where they just haven't been touched in a long, long time. All right, Arsenal. Arsenal was the third Arrow Bro to join the game, and he kind of didn't have a whole lot to do with the other two. Like, he shared the first two animations with Green Arrow. Like, his basic is essentially the same. His AoE is essentially the same. It's just his third ability has a cool animation, and he went with hit chance down and strength down. I don't dislike hit chance down, but I do think that the Arrow Bros, especially Green Arrow and Arsenal, like, fuck Castaway. I don't give a shit about Castaway anymore. He had his year and a half, 2 years to shine. Let him sit on the sidelines for now. Give these guys the love, because Green Arrow, Emerald Archer, is like the OG Green Arrow. I know that Castaway like was the origin story, but who the fuck in this game, other than Green Arrow, got an origin character? That was weird. I don't understand that. So I don't know what to like. They don't miss a whole lot, I guess. I don't really know a whole lot about the arrows. You know, I watched the CW show a while back. I stopped watching after like season 5, I think, because you'll bring Ra's al Ghul and Deathstroke into the show, and then in like season 5, it's like some Mexican drug dealer is the main villain, and you're like, dude, how does this guy outclass Ra's al Ghul and Deathstroke? Like, how is the Green Arrow having issues with this right now? So yeah, I don't know. I just got turned off by the show. Maybe I like Can't Miss. I like True Sight. I like maybe call assisting themselves on teammate turns. I do like if the Arsenal has a thing where if the enemy misses, he attacks, kind of like Scarecrow does. And I think that's a fun ability, and we could expand on that in a way. But they're just a little too simple right now. They're just damage and debuffs, and that's fine. But, you know, been there, done that. Let's advance their kits. Raven. Raven is a beloved character as well. Everybody loved her in Teen Titans, the show, when we were all kids. If you're a comic book reader, you probably knew her way before that. She has some of the coolest animations in game. Her out of turn attack is beautiful. Whatchamacallit, she has the cool white skin that we all love. She is just super cool, but her kit is just not that great. Like, her heal is very powerful, incredibly powerful heal. But her damage is low, her speed is low, her utility is low. Like, give her some love, make her the powerhouse that she's meant to be. And then we have Captain Atom, who I fell in love with first. Upon release, obviously, he's rebirthed. He's only got rebirth 1, unfortunately. But I did that 1 because his legendary skin is just awful. I can't even look at it. It's just, meh. This is the skin that I know, you know, the one that like is in the comics, the one that's in Young Justice. It's a good skin, and it looks good on him. I don't know, like, I like the idea that they had with him, with the whole disease concept, where, he hits people who have disease on them, and he hits under shields, and he hits under awarenesses, and I think that's actually super fun and awesome. And he also can't miss if they have a disease. So, I love that. I think we should keep that. I don't know if we should keep the disease. Or, like, we should give him disease, but make it better, essentially. Like, give his AoE, give at least 1 disease to every enemy, just so that he can get his out-of-turn attack off more often. That's all I ask for him, and just maybe give him some sustain. He's one of those characters that has 0 defense whatsoever. Like, his offense is not good enough to warrant not having any defense. Like, if his offense was amazing, like fucking stellar, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, he doesn't need defense. Like, that would make him overpowered. Hence, Azrael. But, like, where he's currently at, he needs a little bit of sustain, like an awareness, a death immunity, a heal, whatever you got. Like, it's just smart and well put together. These are characters that have been in the game for a while, except for maybe Daddy. Daddy, Parallax, has probably been in the game the shortest out of this group of people. Power Girl, I think, is the longest, and I never really enjoyed Power Girl. I thought she was overpowered from the start. Obviously, in this current age and era, she is underpowered, and I was like, back then when I thought she was overpowered, I was like, dude, you don't even know, like, what's coming. Like, we have some serious shit coming. So she probably could use a rework. I need a powerhouse green that isn't Arcus to take care of Azrael and stuff like that. And Barda, for sure. Barda's a problem for a lot of people right now, especially since she just had a 6-day and, like, everybody's taking her RB5. It's fine, guys. It's fine. But no, they're going to need to introduce some sort of extra damage dealing green character to deal with some of the reds involved right now. And I think Power Girl and General Zod would be perfect, because Zod himself is meant to be a powerhouse. He's supposed to be single target, heavy damage, true damage, heal immunity, like all the shebang, can't miss, all the good stuff. That's what Zod is. Pure fucking damage. He just needs to be brought up. I don't even think when he, on his debut, I don't think that his power level was good enough. Because Larfleeze came out either before him or after him, I can't remember, but we were like, we already have Larfleeze, like, we don't really need Zod that much. Like, he can kind of sit the bench because he's not that powerful. He's not as powerful as Larfleeze or other special damage greens that can do the job a little bit better than him. So giving him that role back, making him the green damage dealer again would be ideal. Then we have Parallax, who I kind of want to be the next Barda. You know what I mean? Like, he's not as team-oriented as Barda is. Barda is very unselfish, and Parallax is very selfish. He becomes a super tank for himself and for no one else. So, whatchamacallit, I think that he needs maybe crit immunity, or not necessarily death immunity, or if you got a turn 0 taunt, that would be cool. I would love that. Whatchamacallit, but he needs a little something, little love. He's good for what he is, but I would love an updated version. And then Atrocitus. Atrocitus, when he came out, holy snickerdoodles, was he good. Everybody loved Atrocitus. He is one of the weirdest but coolest leaders in the game. Like, he offers some strange shit, but it's awesome. It's awesomely strange shit. And unfortunately, he kind of fell off because I don't think it was because of power creep, because he's an enabler. He's not the damage dealer himself. He enables his team to be holy shit powerful. I think the biggest turnoff from Atrocitus was the loss of control of your characters, but I think that's the funnest part about him, you know? And I don't think he needs to be given that control, essentially, but I do think that he should be given something a little extra just to entice you a little bit more. Like, keep the leader as is, maybe, but instead of the speed, like, he gives strength, speed, and extra damage to those who are enraged under him. However, I'm not sure the speed is accurate. I don't think it's coded correctly. So take that out and give them just, like, maybe he can be the red plus 20% turn meter character. Maybe he can just, instead of turn meter up, maybe he gives speed ups right away on turn 0 speed ups to his team so they can get their attacks out quick and easy. That would be a little bit more of an enticement to me. And then this whole shtick, my last page, I think Boomerang and TwoFace are two very super popular characters in their own rights, especially Boomerang, who is, you know, he's in a lot of comics. He's in Suicide Squad. He's in Blackest Night. Uh, he's an interesting character. He's an Australian guy, and I think that's super cool. When he came out, he got like shadow buffed right away because his character wasn't dealing enough damage, and he was also the first empowered strength up character. So he might be a little too soon on the docket. You know, he just came out last year, along with like Heat Wave and stuff. But I think he's got some potential, and I think he just needs a little extra boost to get him going. Then we have Two-Face, and Two-Face had never really kind of stepped off the platform. Like nobody really like went gung ho over Two-Face except for maybe me. I really like his design. I think that the two personalities are meshed really well together. But I think now that we have Terra, now that we have Starfire, I don't need any more anti-evasion. We have Owlman too as well for that. Like I don't need Two-Face to be anti-evasion. I think we should go with the theme that was described in Two-Face when they released him. I think the Two-Face version of him should just be raw, complete, destructive damage. Just straight up fucking damage. And then the Harvey Dent side of him should be a team support. The one that offers the crit immunity, offers I don't really know what else he offers. He offers hit chance ups, I guess, but take that shit out. No, we don't need that. Offer something cooler than that. He's not really a healer. He doesn't really give me that vibe, but turn meter could be cool. Call assists could be cool. A specific debuff on the enemy would be cool. You know, there's so much stuff that they could do on him that isn't anti-evasion. I think that would be really fun and really cool. And then Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is he's kind of a lost cause right now. He hits hard. He's a hard-hitting blue, but he's slow. And he only really does well with heal immunity or buff immunity on the enemy team. That's kind of what triggers his out-of-turn attack. But his old version of him, everybody loved his old version. If they just like mired the two together, if they mixed them right up together and made him like the new modern version where he has his old AoE out of turn attack when he gets debuffed, and or if we did that AoE attack when we apply heal immunity, that would be cool. Just give him back that stuff. Alan Scott. Alan Scott's interesting because he is like, if you're gonna build a shield team, Alan Scott needs to be on it. Like he's the one character that he does so well with shields that if you don't have him on your shield team, then you're an idiot. You're kind of just, you're leaving money on the table essentially. And whatchamacallit, his damage and his defense were so good upon release that it's unfortunate to see him kind of disappear. And he's one of those older characters. He's one of those like Justice Society of America, I think. I'm not really that well educated on older comics. But he's cool. He's the father of Jade and one other person, I think. And I don't know, I feel like he's being neglected. And I think he's cool enough, and he's got his niche that he really excels at, but has just been power crept out of, that I think he needs a touch-up as well. But those are my ideas for reworks, guys. I hope this was entertaining to you. I do have some cool stuff on the way. I have the Rebirth 5 showcase coming up. I had some new merch get made up in the merch store. The link will be below for that kind of stuff. And whatchamacallit, I think Blackfire sale is coming up soon as well. So be on a lookout for that video. I'm not sure if it's going to drop before or after the sale. I'm not sure. I don't know what my schedule looks like these coming days, but I hope to see you soon, everybody. Peace.